Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. NFL Week 8 over-unders to bet. And I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is we can't bet the over on the team total for the Colts. The good news is we have a good list of totals here. Let's get into it. First game, we're going to Cincinnati. We got the New York Jets at the Cincinnati Bengals. Over under 44.5. Guys, I'm going to go over. And it's because this Jets defense is just really, really bad. And my issue is with the secondary. And against the Cincinnati Bengals, that's one thing you need. And also one thing you can exploit about the Cincinnati Bengals offense. It's just their lack of offensive line. But can the Jets get pressure without blitzing? Can the Jets defensive line really create havoc in this game? I don't think so. And on the other side, I think Tyrod Taylor will give this Jets offense a little bit of boost. Like, I know Aaron Glenn's playing games saying he doesn't want to announce a quarterback to give a competitive advantage, but it has to be Tyrod Taylor, right? And I know Trey Hendrickson's coming back, but this is still the Cincinnati Bengals defense, and there's no Garrett Wilson. So the analysis of the Jets stands what it was last week, that this weaponry core is the worst in the league, but I still think Tyrod can get and create points against the bad Bengals defense. I'm going over the 44.5. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Houston Texans. Over under 41.5. Money. Guys, I'm going to go under the 41.5. Make it a damn money pick. And I am really disappointed with this Texans offensive line, and that's a big part of this analysis. Like, listen, and the 49ers got another big injury this game. Bryce Huff's going to miss the game. Their best pass rusher by far. Now that Bosa's out, Fred Warner's out. There's just a ton of injuries that are piling up. But even with that being said, I just can't see the Texans getting past 20, 21 points. On the other side, listen, if there's one team, when you talk about a defense that I trust, that I would put an under bet on alone, it's just Houston Texans defense. I think this Houston Texans defense will control and win the game on their own. And honestly, with the Texans offense, they're going to need to. That's why we're going under here. And we need to talk about Mac Jones. I feel like Mac Jones has been an absolute gladiator, the way he's battled, the way he's taken hits. But I don't love this offensive line matchup for Mac Jones and the 49ers. I think this Texans defensive line will focus on stopping Christian McCaffrey, and then you're left with Mac Jones to work against a really, really good secondary with marginal wide receivers. We think Pearsall might be back, but we know Purdy's not coming back, and Kittle's still working in the shape. And even if you get Jennings in there, which he will play, I just think it's minimal. I like the Texans matchups on defense. Give me the under 41.5. Make it a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Atlanta Falcons. Over under 45. I'm going to go over. But this is more so because I think the Falcons are going to put up a lot of points. The reason why this isn't a money pick is because I'm worried about Tua. I'm worried about this Miami offense. But most importantly, I'm worried about this team quitting on Tua, specifically the offensive line. I think it's relevant and we need to discuss it. I do not know why Mike McDaniel is starting Tua this game. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going over the 45, not a lot of science, because I just don't know if Miami can be the dance partner you need for the over. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, at the Baltimore Ravens. Over under 49.5. Money. I like the under. I know it's radical. It's definitely a change shifter when you say under, when you're talking about the Baltimore Ravens at home. But I listen, man. I think Lamar Jackson will play. I'm not buying the kayfabe. I'm not falling for it. But he will play. And I think Lamar Jackson will be effective. But I don't think we're going to see the normal Lamar Jackson where he can go off for 80, 120 rushing yards. I think this Ravens offense needs to play it safe, and I think that plays a factor. Obviously, this Ravens offense against the Bears defense is a great matchup for the Ravens. It is. But let's be honest, this Ravens offense needs to get rhythm, and they need to find rhythm, and that's not the easiest thing to get in this league. You need to play 4 quarters, and this over-under is 49.5. I know it's low for a Ravens game, but come on, man, let's be realistic with them, and let's let them ease back. On the other side, I get it. This Ravens defense is absolutely terrible. They're decimated by injuries, especially in the secondary. Defensive tackle Matabuke out might be the biggest backbreaker injury they have. But they're getting guys back this week, and Roquan Smith is coming back, and I think that'll be a big benefit. Also, I know people want to get back on the Caleb Williams train. Guys, I don't think he played well at all against the Saints. And I keep saying this week in and week out, when are you going to ride with me? I think this Bears offense is a run-first unit. This Bears offense revolves through DeAndre Swift. And I think in an Alamo situation, season on the line, back up against the wall, whatever metaphor you want to use, this Ravens defense will come out and stop the run, and it's going to be on Caleb Williams and his painted fingernails to be able to solve the equation of a bad Ravens secondary. I don't love it, man. I don't love it from a Bears perspective. I'm going under the 49.5. Make it a damn money pick. Next game, we got the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles, over under 43.5. I'm going over, but there's no science because I don't know how much steam Jackson Dart has after carrying that team on his back. I really don't. He was like the train carrying the cargo and the passengers, and he brought them home, and somehow the defense, the kicker, just let him down. And I think the Eagles win in the cover. I skipped over this game on accident on the Tuesday video. I don't have a great read on anything regarding this game. But the reason why I'm going over the 43.5 is I think the Eagles run an absolute train all over this Giants defense. I think the Eagles can get to 27-30, and Dart and company will be able to do just enough. I'm going over the 43.5. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots, over under 40.5. I'm going under, but I will explain this more in a separate video tomorrow. It will be up after the upset video. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Bucs at the New Orleans Saints, over under 47. Money, money, money. Listen closely. The money pick isn't on the 47, although I do like the over, and there is a good rationale with it. But I'm going to go over the 26.5 for a Buccaneers offense team total, and I think they're going to come into this game pissed off. Are there going to be guys injured on the Bucs offense? Obviously, that's Baker Mayfield's life and the cards he was dealt. But as long as Egbuka's out there, I'm good. I'm fine with this. And the Saints defense, man, they fought hard last week against the Bears, but there's limits to this. There's limits to the talent they have, and there's limits to what you can do if Baker Mayfield has time to manipulate the pocket. And I think the Bucs are going to get back to what they need to get back to. They need to get Rachaad White touches early and often. Yeah, Bucky Irvin's not walking through that door, but I think Rachaad White is more than fit for requirements. He's been very good since he's came in and got the starter job due to Bucky being hurt. So I think this Buccaneers team is able to move and manipulate the ball and put up points. I believe they get at least 27 points. And I do wonder with the over-under 47, I do wonder, can the Saints be a dance partner? Rattler played really good in the second half, but this Saints team offensively is just turning the ball over too much, and it's honestly frustrating to watch. And one problem with the Saints offense this year, if they can't run the ball, they just simply can't protect Spencer Rattler, Eric McCoy, the best lineman, maybe a top 5 center in the league. He's certainly the best lineman and the most important lineman the Saints possess. He's going to be out for the season. How are they going to make calls? They're struggling to pick up blitzes as it is. I don't like this matchup for the Saints offense. I'm going to go over the 47, but the reason why I'm going over the 26.5 team total for the Bucs is because the Bucs are an absolute train on offense, and I think it's going to be a bounce-back performance. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts, over under 47. I'm going to go over. Guys, I just don't know what type of dance partner the Titans are going to be. I looked on Pinnacle before the show, and the team total for the Titans is 14.5. I mean, that says it all. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they can push this towards over in a blowout situation. I think the Colts can get to 30, and there's no science on this. I'm going over the 47. My initial read was under, but also, like, when you get into blowout situations, Cam Ward needs to work. Titans could come out motivated on offense. No science, over 47. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys. Down, boys. At the Denver Broncos, over under 50.5. I'm going under. Guys, like, I know, I get it. The Cowboys defense is one of the worst defenses I've witnessed. They are really bad, and it could be a get-right spot for Bo Nix and this Broncos offense, but I think there's serious structural issues with this Broncos offense. One is just Bo Nix isn't what everyone thought he would be. But secondly, I'm not sure Sean Payton's going into these games with the right game plans. And we got sold all year how this Broncos offensive line, especially when you analyzed it from a run block perspective, would be dominant. It just hasn't came to fruition, and they're not running the ball, man. And I do think this Cowboys defense against the run is better than what they showed against the Panthers. I don't have evidence. I don't have science. You're just going to have to trust me, bro, on that one, because giving any sort of praise to the Cowboys defense is like saying, like, oh, at least I only got chlamydia. I didn't get AIDS. Like, yeah, man, it's bad. But here's what we're going to go with. And a big reason why I'm going to under 50.5. I think this Broncos defense has to respond, and credit to what Jackson Dart and that Giants offense did last week against the Broncos defense that is absolute packed. But this Broncos defense has been really underwhelming this year for the talent they possess. I think they come out and I think they give the Cowboys a harder time than the Cowboys had last week, and that'll be enough to push to under 50.5. I really like this one, guys. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers, over under 45.5. I'm going to go under. But I'm more interested in the team total, the Steelers under 20.5. But like I said, with these Steelers games, like, this Steelers secondary is so bad that this game could somehow turn into a shootout. And you just have a Packers defense that I wonder how motivated they are. And I think this Packers secondary is bad. But the reason why I'm going under is I just don't trust Aaron Rodgers' weapons. I think Aaron Rodgers is playing at a high level, and I'm glad everyone got a glimpse to the tape I've been watching all year when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is playing good, but outside of DK Metcalf, I know Calvin Austin is coming back this week. Come on, man, like, I know they're going to use 3-4 tight end sets, and we have 3-4 tight ends, and we have to act like it's awesome. But there's a fucking reason the Steelers have been using 3-4 tight ends a game to distribute the ball. It's because none of these receivers can create separation, and it's a serious weak point, especially against the Packers defensive line that's going to be hunting for Aaron Rodgers. Give me the under 45.5 in the Packers-Steelers. Last game of the week, Monday Night Football. We got the Washington No-Names at the Kansas City Chiefs, over under 47. Call that number if you're thinking about betting this game either way. Like, I can make a case to take the Chiefs minus 13.5 on the spread. Like, I could understand the case. But betting the over-under with how bad Mariota has looked, and we just don't know what the Commanders are going to do, how much fight they're going to have, I'm going to go over the 47. But like I said, this is a number call if you want to put in the total. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. The best gambling show on the internet. I salute you guys.